I interviewed a survivor who was being abused when he was about 5 or 6 years old. And his kindergarten or first grade teacher kept noticing, he was misbehaving. He used to be the quiet kid. He used to follow the rules. He was very quiet. And, you know, all of a sudden, basically overnight, his behavior changed and he became aggressive and violent. And she just kept sending him to the office, getting him a suspension, all of these things. But not once in like 3 years of this behavior did anybody ever ask him, "Are you okay? Is something going on?" Nobody asked him. And he said to me, if somebody would have asked me, I would have told.
Right. You have to think about how scary it must be as a kid to be in that position.
Yeah.
And, they probably think, I'm going to get in trouble for this. And so they oftentimes don't say anything. And I think that, part of probably what you're teaching is that, you have to speak up and you have to be confident knowing that if you go to a trusted adult with this information, they're going to help you how they can.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for kids, telling is one of the hardest things to do because a lot of kids don't even know that this is wrong, that adults shouldn't be doing these types of things to them, or that other kids shouldn't be doing these types of things. So there's that, just like the lack of awareness that this is not okay. But then in that book and in the research, you find that parents, step-parents, anybody that's actively, molesting a child, they use these manipulation techniques to keep them quiet. And they're not just like, if you tell, you're going to be in trouble. They can be extreme, like, if you tell, I'm going to kill somebody, or if you tell, I'm going to, get rid of your cat. Like, very violent, aggressive threats are also things that happen. So children are literally terrified because they're trying to protect another family member or not break up the family, or, it's a lot for a little 7 or 8-year-old to have on their shoulders.
Right.
So when I talk to parents, most of them are surprised to learn, even still to this day, that most of this abuse happens within the circles of the people that we know, love, and trust. But most parents are shocked when I say that the statistics for child-to-child sexual abuse, which is called COCSA, that statistic has jumped from, it used to be accounting for 40% of all child sexual abuse, but now it's up to 68% of reported child sexual abuse.
Wow.
And when I say that, everybody's like, whoa, maybe we better not have that sleepover. Maybe we better not do that play date yet,
Wow.
And that statistic is jumping, I think, for a variety of reasons. It depends, like, what you look at and who you talk to. But one of them is the access to pornography and the access to social media and the phones, right? And I guess, like, the average age a kid sees pornography now is like 10 or 11. So a lot of times young children will repeat the things that they see without any harm or, ill intent. They're just repeating something, right? So that happens. But yeah, it's a shocking statistic. On the positive side of that statistic is that may be jumping because we are educating kids and they are reporting more.
That's
so it's hard to tease it out, but yeah.
Yeah.